All right, so it is a little after 4 a.m. I'm at the Valley Way trailhead. I had a buddy ask me if I would vlog this. I don't even know if vlog is like a term anymore. I don't know what the cool kids call it, but it's understandably cold, but I think it's gonna be like 55 on the ridgeline today, which is a blessing, and it's not gonna be windy, which is a big deal considering that the whites are notoriously windy, but I am cold, so I'm gonna get started. Plan is to climb up to Mount Madison, the first of the presidents, and then make it to the other side of the presidential range, and then hitchhike back to my car, and hopefully do it without my foot causing me any problems. So we'll see. There's our first goal, the Madison Spring Hut at Mount Madison. Be careful, you're in bear country. Okay. This is always fun to see when you get started. Try this trail only if you are in top physical condition, well clothed, and carrying extra clothing and food. Many have died above timberline from exposure. Turn back at first sign of bad weather. Cheers. So back when they were blazing these trails, 1800s, nobody in the room raised their hand and said, hey, maybe we should switch back the trails. So all the trails in the whites go straight up, which is a real kick in the teeth to start a hike when you gotta go 4,000 straight up. But it'd be nice to get there quicker and be done with it, and then enjoy a day on the ridgeline. All right, we're about 2 miles in, 2,000 feet up. This is the kind of crap that I'm dealing with. All the way up and down. Probably can't see in the camera, but it looks like the sun is starting to come up, so I'd love to get to the ridgeline when that's happening, so gotta go. Okay, we're officially at the Madison Hut above a tree line. This is why you wake up at 2 a.m. and get your ass kicked by the mountains. Get the mist coming off down there. So I'm going to make a quick scramble up to Mount Madison, the first president on the presidential range, and I'm going to continue down the ridge line that way. Keep on going. And aside from this miraculous weather, the mountain gods also blessed me with a miraculous healing of my foot. I could barely walk around the house all week, and for whatever reason, when my foot touched the mountain today, I felt great. So I'm going to get some water from the hut, go hit Mount Madison, and keep on churning.
Just when you get a parts order and just get it. Any old time. No, that's the only way we can do it, through the warehouse. And I'm like that's I'm on the phone with the guy and I'm like, that's dumb. well, it's, you know, it's the only way we can. I'm like,
I like that.
I'm like, that's. I'm like,
It's not my emergency.
All right, so we're making good time. I was just showing you the views here from Mount Madison, the first of the presidents. You can see way out in the distance there. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't even know how to zoom in on this thing. That's Mount Washington and the observatory. And then we're going to continue that way down the ridge line. And you can just see it's just absolutely stunning. And it was just nothing but scrambling up these huge boulders the whole way. So I'm going to keep going. Hardest part's over. All right, we are done at the Madison Hut. Recharged. That is Mount Madison right there. And our destination is, I believe, Mount Adams. We shall see. Okay, I'll admit that one kicked my butt. Mount Adams. Came over there from Mount Pierce. And the plan is to go that way along the ridge to Mount Washington.
Pierwszy robię Jeffersona, nie robiłam jeszcze. Także będzie pik, którego jeszcze nie robiłam.
Ja go zimą robiłam, Agatą, wiesz?
This is really the first part of the trail in hours that has been even walkable. We are on our way up there and then to Mount Washington, which is about 4.5 miles away. I can actually hear the cog railway in the distance. It's going to be very weird when I get to the top of Mount Washington and I'm exhausted from getting my butt kicked on the trail, and there's going to be a bunch of people who took the railway and drove up there, so that'll be very interesting. But I hope they serve Dr. Pepper, because I'm dying for a Dr. Pepper.
Better than the alternative for wind off Mount Washington.
I'm finally getting a breeze. It's been hours without a breeze. It's like the windiest place on earth. It doesn't make any sense. It's made it that much harder. Going through water faster than I planned on it because of that. But 2.8 miles away is Mount Washington, where there's going to be concessions. Let's go. I didn't anticipate it being such a long trek from the Madison Hut to Mount Washington. I recently ran out of water, but I have gels with water, so I'll probably be fine. But it's not a cloud in the sky and no wind, so it's actually pretty hot up here. But I'm close. There's the Cog Railway that goes up. And there's Mount Washington. I'm close. I can see the windows on the observatory. I'm almost there. And I've been thinking about Gatorade for like an hour straight now. It's when you're by yourself, your mind goes to some dark places, and all I can think about is like cold Gatorade and air conditioning. And yeah, that's gonna get me up that hill. Okay, we got some food, got some fluids, and now we're going to get out of here and take the Crawford Path all the way down to the finish, which is the oldest trail in America. But the views are pretty up here. I'll take you over here real quick so you can see the the other side. Decent miles ahead, but nothing like what has happened so far, so far less concerned.
It's just a lot of fun. It is. I'm way past my prime. You get to a point basically.
So one more look. All these peasants in their cars. I'm at the Cloud Lakes Hut. It's a beautiful hut here on the Crawford Notch with 2 alpine lakes up here that people were dipping in. I did not, but I'm ready to crush some more fluids. I'm getting my hydration back up. It was pretty low when I got to Mount Washington. That was definitely a low point at the highest point. But yeah, there's Mount Washington right there. I don't know if you could see. I don't even know how to zoom on this thing, but you could see the observation tower up there. It felt good to go downhill. Feels a lot better with poles. But here we are. We are going to move on and hopefully get back to or get to the Highland Center fairly soon, and then find a car to get the hell out of here. Mount Monroe bagged. Hey.
Do you guys mind taking a
Yeah, I'll take a photo of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm at the Highland Center. It took me 13 hours. I'm cooked. Just struggled with food the last hour or so, a little more probably coming down. No matter how many fluids I drink, I still haven't peed in a while, but I'm done and I don't feel terrible. But now I've got to get a ride somehow back to my car so I can then go home. I didn't get a chance to check in yesterday when I was doing the the last two presidents, Monroe and Pierce, because I was running short on time. And when I finished, I couldn't get a ride back to my car, so I was able to hitchhike. By the time I had hitchhiked and got back to my car, it was like 7 and I was beat. There was no way I was getting home, so I ended up finding a little inn here in Gorham. My small little inn. I didn't account for Labor Day weekend, and it was a bit demoralizing checking every place and them all being booked for the weekend. But this one guy was nice enough to clean up a room for me at the end of the day, and I'm now going to head home. It was a great day yesterday, but I probably won't do it for a while. I'm smoked, but it was a blast, and I highly recommend to anybody that comes up here to go check out the White Mountains. Church choir.